Yeah, fellas, welcome to the show. I just got home a little while ago. I've been doing shows for my site, which reminds me I need to put those videos on unlisted. Okay, I forgot. So if you're seeing some videos from that are meant for my site, those are actually meant for the members of my site only. I just leave them unlisted sometimes for advertising, and sometimes I forget to show you what's going on within my site. I'm actually going to start adding more content to my site too. I'm going to put up some of my internet dating products in there, the internet dating section, stuff like that, so that my members can actually get better. The hardest thing for people to accept after doing the two shows I just did is that when they go into an environment and they don't get any eye contact from girls, hardest thing for guys to accept that it's them, that they're the reason why girls aren't looking at them. And some guys think that, well, maybe if I run up and force them to notice me, that they'll give me some attention and want to fuck me. What these people with that type of mindset don't realize is that the girls already noticed them. They discounted them. Yeah. They've already noticed them, like if they're on the campus. Girls are pretty aware of their environment. They're always watching for guys that are kind of to try to approach them. Like just like nightclubs. That's why girls have the bitch shield. It's basically stay away from me. Now you notice in the PUA community that's like a big thing. They believe that girls are bitches. They put up a bitch shield. Basically, it's that they don't want to be approached, and they have a certain type that they want to approach them. And if you're not that type, they want you to leave them alone. And that's really hard for guys to accept. It's hard for me to actually say that too, because it means that you're not a certain type. You're not you're not the bad boy type. You're not the cool type. You're not the pretty boy type. One of those three types. You're an average guy, and girls they kind of want more than average when they're in nightclubs. Nightclubs are very can be a very tough environment. Okay, it can be very harsh on a man's ego because you will get a lot of rejection if you're really kind of one of them strange people or weird. In the early 2000s, the PUAs were preaching don't go to nightclubs, and now they've caught up. They're telling guys to go to nightclubs, but um, we need to get you to understand that when you get to the nightclub, it's going to be a harsh environment in there because there's a lot of competition from other males. If you're weak, you'll be afraid of that competition. If you're a strong male, you'll accept it and go there and do what you got to do, what a man does. I see a lot of weaker males out there who are afraid to go to nightclubs, and they resort to just online dating. When all the women who are looking for men, where do you think they go? That's a question I want to ask you guys actually. Okay, single women, how do you think they meet men? Do you think they run to malls to meet guys? And there are a small percentage of women that actually will, or young girls, they'll go to a mall to meet dudes. But I'm talking about adult women. Let's say 21 and up. So 21 and up, where do you think these girls go to meet men, potential men? Do you think they run up and down the malls saying, hoping Mr. Wonderful will be there? Or do you think they go to the mall to actually do some shopping? So you can look good for when they finally do meet Mr. Right. That's a question I want you guys to answer in the discussion box below. Where do you think they go to meet men? Now, one place they do go are weddings. Yeah. Women, they do shop the weddings and other social events if they're in the mainstream of society, though. Every girl goes to a wedding, but social events are like, they're having a wine tasting at the local art gallery or whatever. Those are more of the high educated people. So for the regular folks, where do you think girls go to meet women? African American, where do you think girls go to meet women? Where do black chicks go to meet dudes, in other words? Sorry about that. Where do black chicks go to meet black dudes? If you think it's the nightclub, then you're 100% right as to being the main place for most women. Okay? That's where they go, to a nightclub. So, is it me? Am I the only one that sees this as that's where I want to show up so that it makes my life easier? Okay, there's a bunch of other dudes in the club of all different heights, skin tones if you're black, or all different, types of dudes. Drop dead gorgeous dudes. Okay, well, I accept them. They're going to get theirs. And if I see a girl that I like that's, ogling a drop dead gorgeous dude, I eject her from my mind. I move on. Hey, that's what she likes. Who am I to say? Okay? I accept it. And I move on. I know I can't. If this guy's like Shamar Moore looking, okay, fine. Fine. If that's her type. But it's not going to keep me from competing. If I have my eyes focused on just this one, and I've done it before, when I was young, seeing like one chick, God, she's so drop dead beautiful. And then she's looking at another guy. Oh, God. Then I know, okay, well, fuck it. I'm not biracial. Like, when this happened, it was like there was an actor, he's playing in that show, Almost Human. He was a light-skinned biracial brother with light blue eyes. And it was a sister, she was just like staring at him. And I kind of liked her. I liked the way she looked. She was looking at him. Okay, fuck it. I don't have blue eyes. I'm not biracial, so that's what she likes. That's her preference. Fine. So you move on, okay? But you learn to compete, as I learned to do later on in my game. You learn to compete against other males in there. That means you got to bring your A game, okay? I know in the ghetto African American environments, you wear tennis shoes to clubs, but I don't go to ghetto African American environments. I don't know, what level of society you're at. If you're African American, listen to me. But you want to go to upscale events, no matter what level you're at. Caucasian fellas, I wouldn't go to headbanger clubs because I don't want to date a headbanger chick. If that's your thing, that's fine for you. I'm in normal mainstream society, so I want normal mainstream types of people to be around. So I want to talk to normal mainstream people. So for us normal mainstream people, we go to different levels of events that in normal mainstream. For me, it was mixed clubs, okay, or predominantly Caucasian clubs. That's where I went to. And in the predominantly Caucasian clubs, I like being one of the few muscular black guys there. I like showing up there. That was my thing. I enjoyed it. When I was a club dancer, I was dancing in what's called the dance club. Hip hop club was downstairs. I didn't dance there. I was a dancer in the dance club because they played dance music. Okay, which was a mix of house music and dance music. Those DJs were the bomb. They were hella fucking good. They got the energy just fucking all fucking night long. That was my type of environment. And what type of girls went there were my type of girls that I wanted. You got to find what level that you belong to, that you want to get to. If you're a cowboy, you definitely want to go to a cowboy club and get a cowgirl. You don't want a cowboy try to mix with a hip-hop chick. That's a bad mix. Okay? But it's a club environment. Because that's where all the girls go to meet dudes. It's not running up and down the streets. She's not thinking about meeting a dude running up and down the streets. When she's in club mode, she's got her best gear on too. You notice that? Chicks put on their best A game. They bring their A game. So you got to bring your A game as well. Hot chicks usually end up with the higher caliber dudes. They don't end up with guys who are nerdy, shy, quiet, internet types. Okay? They don't end up with that. That's some bullshit sold by the internet marketers who call themselves pickup artists, who snuck into this whole arena also. Along with the pickup artists, the original gurus, Mystery and Style, there were other people who are internet marketers who snuck in here. And they're the ones who put out all that bullshit, by the way. I don't think Style advertised you can be short, fat, and balding and still date 6-foot-tall models. Okay? I don't think Mystery said that either. In any of his ads, I don't think he has ever said some shit like that. It's the internet marketers who are doing this, pushing this bullshit. And they now call themselves PUAs also. They set up training camps because there's money in that stuff, and they set up other programs. Okay? The original two were Mystery. Well, we got to go back even further. We had the speed seduction guy, Jeffrey Ross. From there, David D got his first book. Okay, and I was talking about David D to Jovina. I was telling her that this one fellow on the blog said the Jewish folks, they do run the whole thing, and he was right. They do. David D set himself as being the leader. He would have like meeting of the masters types events where he got people who are good at the game, like some guy named Stefan and some these other guys. They do videos together. That he would sell the videos, and he made even more money. So I was telling Jovina, I'm going to do other products, like get with Tyrone and do a show on approaching stuff like that, and then we'll market our shows like that. Okay, so I'm looking to the future, other things I can do. Copy success, basically. But the early days, they did not push going to clubs because Mystery cannot dance. Neither can Style. Okay, so those environments, all the guys came from those environments who sprung off from those original people. They could not dance, but they eventually had to accept the fact that that's where the women are. So now they are teaching their students to go to nightclubs. They started off with going to the goth clubs. If you've been around any length of time, like I have, since 2001, actually on the internet before that, but I was in the community, I was on the Pimps Network actually, 2001, kind of in the community, early 2000s, definitely 2003, 2004, all that kind of stuff. Started my own thing, 2006, I think it was, 2005, 2006. No, I started doing podcast shows when I first started dating Jovina. So I've been doing this since 2004. Fuck, that's a long time. It's kind of funny, I still got to repeat the same shit over and over again, too. You got to go to the nightclubs. That's where the girls are. Okay? They spend hours of time getting dressed up to look good for men, potential men. Now, I can't help that you're one of those internet kind of people that, with them quiet internet types that are nerdy and needy. That's why I'm here to try to help you become stronger males so that you can attract these women to go to the nightclubs. I'm not all about just internet dating. That is your downtime, as I said many times before. That's your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday time. Thursday is also going out night, but it's not necessarily a catch night. I've caught on Thursdays, but it's not necessarily that type of night. Your best nights, because Friday you got to go to work in the morning. Girls got to go to work in the morning. The girls who really care about the job, they're going to worry about that, so it's hard to pull them on a Thursday night. It's easier on a Friday. Friday's like the best night. Sunday morning, they got to go. Some of them go to church, but it's not a problem. Friday's actually better because Saturday they ain't got a damn thing to do. So Friday's your best night of all, not Saturday night. Okay? If they go to church with their family Sundays, these things they think about. Okay? So, but Friday, Saturday are still the best nights. Those should be your nights you devote to club, where you go to the clubs, and you better know how to dance. The nightclubs are an interesting environment. You got black dudes in there that can dance their ass off. You got all different types of people in there. You got, if you're in a mixed club or a white club, you got the guys who are the drop dead gorgeous dudes. Like I talked about this one guy, he was in a movie. Oh God, what's his name? He used to be on that TV show. He was a rap artist on a TV show. Uh, Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Okay, he was in his movie where he played about the black stockbroker dude that was homeless and became really wealthy. This guy, he was what you call drop dead gorgeous. I knew him through the Mac makeup girl that I was dating at the time. He met me, liked me, we became friends, all that stuff. He wanted to hang out and all that, but I didn't want to hang out with him because everywhere I went, I swear to God, women just stared at him. He was about 5'7", with reddish strawberry blonde hair, but he had the looks of an actor, and I hated when that motherfucker showed up. Okay, I went to places like where they're eating environments, and girls just stared at him. Get out of here. But so you're gonna see like every once in a while guys like that in the clubs. You're gonna see big tough guys, football player dudes come in 6'4" and up, and if you're like 5 feet tall and slim and effeminate, that's gonna intimidate you. But even if you're 5 feet tall, there's gonna be a girl that's 4'11" in there. It's just perfect for you. Okay. There's something for everybody at the clubs. That's what I've learned. There are fat chicks at the club. There are sloppy chicks at the club. There are chubby chicks at the club. There are good-looking girls at the club. There are drop-dead gorgeous girls at the club. Just like us dudes, we come in all sizes and shapes. The same thing for the girls. The good thing is that the younger the girl is, the more chance of her looking better. As they get older, they get sloppier, I've noticed. So if you're young, you're going to a club where there's ample types of attractive, available women in those clubs. Okay? Most of the young girls, they're going to be in shape because they're trying to market themselves to get a man, a protector and provider. That's why I'm trying to amp you guys up on your manliness. Becoming real men. Now, there's a fellow on this channel that is into sucking toes. That is not a manly trait. That is a trait of a dog. Okay? I don't know where it got in this black guy's energy. It probably came back. I have a theory that this came from slavery. Okay? The master enjoyed having his feet licked, and he made the slave bow down and lick his feet. Over time, by the way, that behavior becomes an energy pattern that soaks into the genes. And they've done studies on this shit. Okay? And I believe that gene was passed down. Once it comes out, the master likes his, or his wife maybe likes having her feet licked and sucked to get her in the mood before she had sex with the master. Okay? Or whatever, he may have had a woman suck his feet and suck his toes, he got off on her or whatever, or lick his asshole, whatever. But it's still a behavior of a slave. A man should not be sucking and licking a woman's feet as a sexual activity. Period. So I don't know why the fellow's on my channel. This is a man's channel where I teach guys how to become men, not how to become bitches or dogs. Alright? That's my objection to that fella. And he's the same fellow that was here before under a different name. Every situation he gets into, he's going to realize eventually every situation that he gets into fucks up. Because he's fucked up here. Right now, he said, I found a girl I connect with, but she has HIV and a kid. Last time it was a girl he's in love with, and he was licking her feet, but she don't respect him as a man, and she don't want nothing to do with him. She don't want him to be her boyfriend. What woman wants a man that's a dog to be her man? Think about that. I shouldn't even got that email. He should have constantly known that, but because he's got that quirk in his head, he doesn't see. And I'm hoping that eventually he'll realize that quirk is what's damaging his life. I quoted him as, I love to suck her toes and smell her feet. I got a bucket right there. That just gives me such a sour. Coming from the old archetype of a man, that gives me a sour, sour taste in my mouth. Now, I like to tickle feet. I like to tickle girls. Hold Jillian down, tickle her feet until she starts screaming and crying and trying to hit me with a frying pan or something. no frying pan in bed, but you know what I mean. You know, her face turns red, and you know she can't stand it. She's very erotic all over her body. Like, I'll do the thing to her ear, then start, growling her in her throat and kissing her throat, and it just kills her. Or I put her arm up above her head and right below her breast or her rib cage, nibble there. That just busts her up. She loses all control. But I'm not gonna go down there and just suck her toes like I'm a goddamn slave. No, that's not a man. So I'm hoping the fellow that's that mixed up individual, and let me say, I'm hoping that he eventually sees what I'm talking about and understands the truth. If you're fucked up inside, everything else is going to come out fucked up. If you got a quirk inside, it's going to be all quirky on the outside. Okay? You guys got to understand that's the truth. And I asked him to look at his life, and he'll see that truth. For some reason, this whole feet thing, it seems to be a black thing. I've never, ever heard of a white dude doing that. White guys like to lick pussy. That's a white guy thing. There are blacks lick pussy, but that's a white guy thing. Oh, most of you white guys, you just love to lap up pussy. Just pussy. That's your thing. That's why the sisters run at you guys too, so they get licked. Because black guys, we don't do that often. There ain't that many. I've argued with Jovian. She ran into a bunch that did. But that's not our thing. At least in my generation. And I know some young kids ain't down there lapping up some shit off the pussy. So I noticed that the foot thing tends to be a black thing. Someone who's white who does that, or someone who's white does that, let me know, because I have never heard of that in the white community. It's struggling as being kind of interesting. It just is in my race, or seems to be in my race. But we don't fuck animals. I've never heard of a black dude fucking an animal. Fucking sheep and all that kind of stuff. So each race seems to have its own quirk. But as I said, I think it's from slavery. Because the master would have the slave do all kind of shit, including taking up the ass. And that was with the little girls, little boys. This is a true fact. They had breeding bordellos. They also had sex bordellos, where you go pick out whatever kind of child you want, male or female. This is real truth. If you do your history research, you'll find out to be the truth. So that's why I said, at one point that in the early parts of this country, people didn't have morals. But that was the way the world was back then. Taking someone's scalp, that would gross most of us out. By the way, that was a Spaniard thing. That was started by the Spaniards. Okay, they did the scalp thing, not the Native Americans. That's some bullshit that they done flipped the script again. Just like horses were bought in this country by the Spaniards. There were not horses in this country before they were bought here. Okay? Let's not get the shit twisted. But the horses did spread real fast, didn't they? Now, I try to give you guys real information, the truth. I don't believe in giving you guys a bunch of bullshit. The truth is brutal shit, unfortunately. I like starting with the reality, then let's build up from there. Sometimes, it's unfortunate to tell a guy, well, you're average looking. I got to be the bad guy, but I'd rather have a guy start with where he really is than give him false bullshit and then send him out into the world and then have him fall on his face, come back wondering what's wrong. Let's just start on equal ground. Let's start with some truth. The young fellow that I ran into the other day, I said, sir, now he was what black chicks would like. He was slim, he was tall, he had a good vibe about himself. He was very social, very conversational. And I thought, this guy probably pulls a lot of ass. He wasn't drop dead gorgeous looking. He was, he was real lean. As I said, how some of those African American kids look. They look like, model type of guys. They're lean, broad shoulders but skinny, kind of skinny, narrow rib cage, but real social. And with that mouthpiece of his, I know that young man could talk himself into a lot of ass, and his confidence was high. To speak to an older, African American male like that because he wanted to open the conversation, that takes a lot of confidence. So I know that kid's gonna have no problems in his life. Period. He'll speak up for himself. He'll talk because that's what makes the world go around. That's what makes you get a better job. That makes women come to you is your mouthpiece more than this. It's the mouthpiece, your ability to talk. When you have great confidence, what comes out from inside comes out through your mouth. It sounds good. If you're fucked up inside, it comes out all nervous, shaky, and your shit's fucked up. That's why it's so important to work in here. Get that inner game fixed. Okay? Level your fear out. Get your confidence right. Take care of all the bullshit you say to yourself. When you feel good about yourself, you sound good also to women. Good luck to you, fellas.